When I watched your video on YouTube, I immediately approached you, especially where you talked about books for the beginners. That video I watched.
So that one recommendation is very close to my heart because I started reading because of those books. So
Hmm.
I felt like I should recommend some books that has helped me start reading, like become an avid reader. So that's why I had recommended those books.
Yes, they were amazing. I'm in a cafe, that's why I'm drinking coffee. And I have received a few comments that Roshan, you should not be drinking coffee while talking. I don't know why they say like this.
Okay, that's totally fine. I don't mind that. So
Yeah, so Surbhi, I'd love to know about you. Introduce yourself for the audience, and this is the first
yeah,
time we are
so
meeting.
yes, so it feels like an interview though, like I am being interviewed. So, yeah. Hi guys, I am Surbhi and I have a channel called Morpho Tales where I talk about books and stuff. And right now I am with Roshan, but to introduce myself, I am an HR professional by profession. Like I am right now a freelance recruiter and I'm an mechanical engineer. And I love books. I love pets. I love animals in general, and I'm obsessed with butterflies.
Great. So when did you start your YouTube channel? Like, how long has it been?
Like I had started last year only, during this time only, during Durga Puja. But
Yes.
yes, I had uploaded only two videos. After that, I started posting regularly from August 2024
Hmm.
because
So,
it takes guts to stay in front of camera and talk about something. Like I fumble a lot. I do talk shit. Like when I start talking, I talk something that is just not required for the camera. And that's
hmm.
why I had to do editing. Like most of my time goes on for editing. So yeah, it's tough. And being on camera is quite horrible for me because I am not a camera person in general.
I totally relate with you. Even editing part, being on camera, everything. Like, I remember starting my channel this year in January, and same thing
Okay,
happened with me. I started just rambling about the books I had read. So
okay.
I thought, this cannot continue. I will have to edit because I literally talk shit. Like, the thoughts were like sometimes I was talking about this book and then I moved to another. Then I thought, I need to do it in a chronological manner. So how is
Yes.
it going for you?
And sorry to interrupt you, but the thoughts
Yes,
are so absurd. Like when you're talking about a book, also, you
yes,
keep on thinking about the books and how it made you feel, and you keep on talking about it, and you let out the main idea of the book.
yes.
So you fill the video with spoilers. So that is the worst thing to do.
Hmm. And how is it going for you? I mean, you have recently started. So apart from editing, how is that creativity journey for you? Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I enjoy a lot. Yes, I feel overwhelmed sometimes because I see more of these bookish channels that are there and they are holding a lot of books, doing a lot of book
Hmm.
hauls, like purchasing hell lot of books. So for me, I am not a person like that. I had started reading books through ebooks and I
Hmm.
still invest my time reading on ebooks only, and I do not purchase a hell lot of books, and I don't think I can invest so much money and on so many different books because I am not
Books
like
are
that. So
expensive. Books
yeah,
are
quite
expensive.
expensive. This kind
Yes.
of hobby is very expensive and will leave you broke. So
Hmm.
I most of the time I'm broke. So that's why I like it's overwhelming for me to see people purchasing books. I do want to purchase books,
Hmm.
but yes, I'm broke.
I
So
relate with you here.
rest
I
my
yes,
family, my friends are like supporting me in every video. They, my
encouraging
sister
you.
especially. Yes, yes, my sister and mother just loves to comment on every video, and they do criticize me for the things, but they afraid to say to me because I am a bit of short tempered, so they think I'll stop doing what I'm doing. So they do it in a very subtle way, but
Mm.
I like um, I enjoy their criticism as well, because I am improving, and it is because of them.
Yeah, that's great. If you are enjoying it, then you need to continue it. At the
Yes.
moment, I'm kind of purist. I don't like to read ebooks. I like to purchase, but as you know how expensive books are, and especially the one like classics, right? And what about your reading preferences? What kind of books you like to read?
I
Is there
love
any?
crime thrillers, thriller books. I love, and horror books in general. Like if I watch shows also, I am more into horror genre and thrillers because I just loved it. And thrillers are like Agatha Christie. Frida McFadden is one of the rising author, I would say, and she writes book like her books are full of plot twist. I totally love her books. And recently I have read Colin Hoover's Variety. That is so much on the internet, but I don't like it. Like I
Hmm.
it had details that I I was quite creeped out when I read the book. So story was nothing if you take out the creepy parts. So
Oh,
that's that.
that's internet for you. They will make anything popular.
Yeah, exactly. These some of the authors. See, I know for all the authors that are there, it takes hell of a hell lot of guts and creativity to write a book, and to criticize like that is just not fair for them. But yes, the way it is hyped is just not. The
Hmm.
book should be hyped. There are few books that are people don't talk about it much, and especially classics. People don't talk about classics as much as they should do. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's my take on it, and I do not get influenced by the influencers that are there on Instagram,
Hmm.
on especially on Colin Hoover books.
I understand. The thing about classic is that not everybody is ready to go through that. I mean, it is challenging. Like, not every classic is challenging, but language wise, even if you see the length wise, it is challenging. But if you are into classic, then you know how much you are getting out of it, right?
Exactly, and I think you are into something English related to English speaking, and literature
English
is
learning.
your.
Yes, literature. I'm a student of literature. For the first 2 years, I was there, but in third year, I literally went completely into it. I read a lot. So
So
in my
I guess,
syllabus,
sorry, please continue.
yes, it's all right. In my syllabus, I had to read a lot of classics from India, and then because of my interest, I read some of Russian literature, and like how good they are. Once you get into that, you just keep going into that rabbit hole.
Yes, that's true. And I think when you are a student of literature, William Shakespeare is one of the
Really
author that
challenging.
you have to read. So
Mhm.
how is that going? Like, how do
Don't
you
ask.
express
Don't even
William
ask.
Shakespeare's?
In my first year, like I'm a graduate now. I'm about to graduate. So in first year,
Okay.
I had to read around, I think, two books, two dramas I had to read, and I didn't read even a single page of that because I tried. I couldn't go through it. But as I was reading in my third year, I tried to read it again, and it worked. This time, I actually forced myself that you have to read it. There is no other option, and tried. But you won't believe how easy it became once I was, like had read the first few pages. And of course there is help of the internet, so it was really nice, and I can understand why he's talked so much. I had to read the criticism of him, and in that there was a lot of praise, and I think it stick with me, and I kept on reading. So once you are ready to put that much effort, it is worth it, I would say.
So which book is the book that you felt like that made you a reader, or which is your favorite book otherwise?
My favorite, like there is so many, but I'll talk about the one you mentioned, The Alchemist. That's what got me into plain text.
Yes, exactly.
I
That is just amazing.
Yes. You know, like 3 or 4 years ago, I was just into comics, especially manga. I used to read manga a lot, not plain
Yeah.
text. I used to read like almost every day. But after the introduction of The Alchemist, I thought, let's try plain text. And since then, it was, something which I had never done before. Like in a single week, I read that. And I was surprised that I can read.
Okay. Yes, we are like my first book was not Alchemist that I read. I had read Brida, if I remember, by Coelho only, and
Yes.
that book was my sister's book. It was, and she like I had read few pages in it, and she told me don't read it. It has some magics, black
Hmm.
magic, so you will learn it. So till now, I have not read. Brida book because of her, and I am thinking like of reading it again, but yes, I still remember she told me not to read it because of the magic things that are there. So I don't know if it has or she just made me stay away from the book.
Maybe there is something you should not read there. I have read 11 minutes. Have 11 minutes have you read of Paulo
Yes,
Coelho?
I have read a few pages, like 50 to 100 pages, and
Hmm.
that book is quite shocking. And same with
Hmm.
The Spy of
The
Paulo
Spy.
Coelho.
Yes, The Spy. Hmm. I have
Same,
read it.
same kind of writing is there also. So, like,
Yes.
it shows The Spy is based on Mata Hari and it is a real story. I didn't know that recently. I got to know that it is based on the real person. So yeah,
Yes.
the stories are true and yeah, the way it is written, you keep on reading Paulo Coelho books and these are just amazing.
I think the language is very easy. Even
Yes.
though if you are a beginner, you can comprehend it quite easily. I remember
Right.
reading Jahir. Paulo Coelho, I enjoy reading his writing. Like it's so easy, you can read anywhere. And I remember reading Jahir. Have you read it? Jahir?
I have
Jahir or
not.
Jahid? I think it is
Yes.
Jahir.
No,
And
I
what are
have
you
not.
reading these days?
I just completed The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden, and I have not read any of the books right now. I have some of the books on my list, but yes, because of the puja going on, I didn't get the time to read, and I am a bit under the weather right now, so not feeling well to read any books right now.
Yes.
I started listening few books, but yes, after a time I like feel irritated because of my health. So that's why.
And what do you think about audiobooks? Do you prefer over reading?
So some books like thriller books, and there is a book. If you know Radha Krishnan Pillai, the author,
I've
the
heard the name.
Chanakya into the corporate Chanakya. He writes book based on Chanakya's teaching and everything related to Chanakya, how you can build your life around Chanakya's teaching. So I had started listening to audiobooks through his books, and I
Hmm.
felt like the way, see, about audiobook is the way it is narrated by the narrator, because if they narrate it quite good, then you only grasp the language and the story. If you do not understand their accent or you do not
Hmm.
understand the way they speak, then you do not want to listen to that book. So for me, when I started listening, I started using Storytel. On that, I had listened Radhakrishnan Pillai's book, and I quite liked it. And then I mostly read crime thrillers or thriller books, like Frida McFadden books on audiobooks, like that
Oh.
is provided by Audible. And I totally loved it because of the way it is narrated.
Like I have never read or tried audiobook. I prefer to just read. I feel like my eyes are good right now, so I should keep on reading. Once it gets bad, once it gets bad, I will try. And you asked about my favorite books. There are so many, but at the moment, I think The Prophet is number one.
Khalil
By Khalil
Gibran.
Gibran. Huh. Gibran or Gibran? I call him Gibran all the time.
See, I have read somewhere that's It's by William Shakespeare only. What's in a name, and every name is correct the way you say
You
it, so
pronounce
you
it,
know
yes.
whom you are referring. So
Yeah,
it's
that's all
Gibran.
right.
Gibran.
Or
We know,
Gibran. What we are
like,
talking about, right?
yes, exactly. That's why it's okay.
So it is my favorite at the moment. I feel like every time I'm reading it, there is something new for me. And it's
Yes.
poetic, so I have to pay some attention. And like every time I'm reading, as I told, there is something new every time. Have you read it?
No, I have not.
You haven't.
It is
And
prose, so I have not read it right now because I'm more into, like, I read poetry. I have read few of like Milk and Honey, if you have know
no idea.
Rupi Kaur by
No
Rupi
idea.
Kaur. It's like small prose, 4 to 5 lines, and the books are good. But I'm not into poetry that much because,
Hmm.
yeah, I the thoughts I get after reading a poetry is so much. Like, I keep on overthinking. That's why I avoid reading any poetry or prose book.
I understand. So, do you have any favorite book at the moment? Or like you talked earlier that it is you read it crime thriller, right? So, is there any
Yes.
specific book that you always recommend to people, or something which is your favorite?
So, The Alchemist is my complete favorite, right? I had recently read a book, like, it is a novella, and it is the book, name of the book is Secret About an Entity That Is in Your Home. It is a short book about a ghost that is there in someone's house, and the previous occupant of the house is sending a letter to the current occupant, and it shares the details of all the, like, horrific details of the ghost, and
Hmm.
how it can take the life of the person living in it, and how to get rid of it. So everything it is there, and when you read it, you will feel the atmosphere is quite dense and dark, and I just love that book. This book is like, I guess, 60 to 70 pages. And
Hmm.
then the most I recently loved The Perfect Sun also. It is good book, like, not so much dark, not so much like light, on the lighter side, but the book is quite good.
Yes, so
So,
it's all horror apart from The Alchemist.
The Alchemist, Perfect Sun is not horror. It is a
Hmm.
thriller book, and it has plot twist. Like, a plot twist, I love books with plot twist, movies with plot twist, and
Yes.
these are the books I totally love recently. And my all-time favorite is The Alchemist only, and Harry Potter books.
Harry Potter, yes, of course, it has to
I
be
am
there.
a big fan.
Okay, so did you watch the movies first or was it the books?
I watched the movie first because when, like, I guess around 2002 or 2004, uh, uh,
Yes.
we got the CDs, like Harry Potter CDs.
Ah.
So we started
Hmm.
watching through that, and me and my sister both are great Potterheads. After that, in school, I used to read books, but yeah, there are few peoples in your life that will mock you if you think English needs to be spoken every time, and English is the,
Mhm.
like, for the god, for all the languages. So yeah, at that time I started reading it, but not in front of my friends or like everyone out there. But yes, like, after school I finished it.
I same thing with me. Like my uncles, they had CDs, so we used to watch together. And then recently, like in my first year of graduation, I thought finally I have some money, I can buy books. I never, because my mom, she realized that the books I was buying, they were not related to my syllabus. So she stopped giving me money. And then I thought, finally, I'm earning, I need to buy books. Do you
Yes,
hear some background noise from my side?
it's fine. It's actually fine.
All right. All right. It's a cafe, so I can't ask everybody to
I
stay silent.
understand. That's not a problem. That's fine.
Yeah, and my channel's niche is language learning. I talk about English learning, books. So, do you have any suggestion how somebody who is at the beginner level they can improve their language, especially
So
speaking?
I would tell them to read books because they are a best way to like know many words that can add up to your vocabulary, and watch animated movies. Like Disney movies
Yes.
are one of the movies that you enjoy also, and you got to learn many words. And I would tell them to speak in front of the mirror because
Mm.
people are there who will pull your leg or mock you, but after a point they won't be in your life, like to
Yes.
face your problems. Or read books, watch movies, not some weird movies like there are movies
Of
that
course, you
are
have to choose good one. Hmm.
yes. So I personally love animated movies, and my vocabulary is based on that only. Whichever movie I see, I talk like that sometimes. So it's my and I read a lot. I read magazines as well, like online magazines.
Hmm.
Because I used to do content writing. I've read a lot on different journals. So it depends on what you connect with. If you love reading books, then read good books, not just Colin Over books. And if you enjoy watching movies, then watch good movies. Like
Of course.
if you like, I'm into animated movies, so I would recommend watching movies in English so that your vocabulary is upgraded. And don't be shy in front of your teachers because they are the
Hmm.
only person that will help you and they will not mock you. If
And they
you
will
are
not
like,
judge you even if you speak incorrectly or just trying new things.
yes, for me, I was every time I was good at writing, like I used to write good stuff. My English teachers have always appreciated me, even when I was in college. My
Hmm.
like English professor, humanistics professor, he used to praise me a lot. But whenever I'm going to speak, like I had a terrible stage fright. Like
Hmm.
I shiver when I go on stage to just say things. So I used to like still now I have a stage fright. So I feel afraid while speaking. So he used to say me like, "मैं तुझे खा जाऊंगा क्या?" ये
Yes.
करके. So things like that. But they have, all my English teachers and professors have always supported me, and they loved what I write. Like even if it is a story or kind of prose, they have like, always appreciated me. So it gave
Hmm.
me a boost that yes, I can write, I know English first of all. So
Yes.
that is one of the best things that is there. And I would say, if you are like, don't be shy with your teachers, they will
Ah.
teach you best things. So uh, that's it for
Yeah.
like
I get
learning
it, like
English.
reading, watching, and expressing yourself with your teachers or in front of your teachers.
Or in front of mirror also, you do not have to to have an audience to like
Yeah, to speak.
express you what you are thinking, but
Hmm.
stay in front of a mirror and express whatever you feel like whatever it is in your mind, just speak to the mirror, and you will feel that eventually you are
You will
speaking
improve.
you. And you'll like have the confidence, like build the confidence after that. So that is
Hmm.
what I can suggest.
Thank you so much, Surbhi. I wish we could continue it, but the place is getting crowded, so I think we need to wrap it up.
Not an issue.
I
Yeah.
would love to connect you in future, so I hope we can
Sure.
talk, right?
I love it too. So thank you for inviting me, and yeah, all the best for your videos. And I
Yes.
have subscribed to your channel, so better subscribe to my channel as well.
Of course, of course. I have already done, and I'm going to put your YouTube handle in the title. You will
Sure.
hopefully you
Not
will
an
get a few subscribers,
issue.
right?
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Yes. Thank you, Surbhi. Bye.
Bye.